Bella, what are we doing? We're leaving. We are leaving. Today we've been camping with some other friends, Terry and Scott and Aja, and we camped here kind of on our way to, we're going to Ajo, Arizona, and more about that later. Here comes Terry and Scott in their rig, and Aja's over there making her way. I think we got our directions all set, and we are getting on the highway. Hello! Alright, little campground here just east of, or I'm sorry, just west of Gila Bend. And it's only $8. There's no facilities here, no power, water, or dump station, but there is, so it's dry camping. But it's only $8 a night. It's very peaceful out here, and we have excellent cell service. This is called Painted, what is it? Painted, wait till we get up here, I'll get that name straight. Hello! Alright, and I'll bring up the rear here in the bounder. Alright, little thing that's going on with the bounder right now is it's starting to miss a little bit when I first started up and warm it up. So it's due for a cleanup. It's kind of sporadic. It does it a little bit when I first get going, but it clears up. But that's a sign it is time to. I'm not going to put it off. I got tune-up parts and stuff I picked up the other day. So new spark plugs and distributor cap rotor and spark plug wires. So I'm going to take care of that at our next destination, because that's hard on gas and it's just not good for it to, you know, run it for extended periods like that. I'm going to get that taken care of, but we'll get on to that when it's time. This has been a really nice day out here. All the campsites are very, you know, each one is very spacious, and then they're spread out enough to where it's very comfortable. There's nobody here that's right, you know, right on top of the other. And there's no local businesses or airports or railroads. No, you know, it's just been really quiet and enjoyable here. We've stayed 2 nights. And be on our way. Oh, I think I remember now. That's that mound of rocks over there. There's a bunch of what they call painted petroglyphs, and I didn't bother going and checking them out, recording. I mean, we did go for a walk the dogs the other night. Didn't bother recording them. Maybe in a couple of days or so. You can probably go to Aja's channel. I know she went over and recorded them pretty extensively. So, and right there on the back of her rig, there's her channel is Pandemonium. Of course, I'm sure many of you already knew that, but some of you don't.
Well, that's what I kept trying to tell everybody.
Alright. Okay, they're all taken care of here. Got rid of trash. Scott and Terry's pulling out. Aja's up there waiting. Gonna get back over to the bounder. Yeah, we've really enjoyed a peaceful stay here. Yeah, it's called Painted Petroglyphs Campground, just west of Gila Bend. It just occurred to me that both Aja's rig and Terry and Scott's, I mean, they drive much newer RVs than I do. You know, Aja's is a 2017, and I think Terry and Scott's is a 2000. Well, they did get that used. That's 2013 or 14, I think. So they're both less than a decade old, and I'm driving old Betty the Bounder here, which is over 3 decades old. 1990, she's 32 years old. Try to keep up all the maintenance and stay on top of the maintenance and repairs and stuff to keep her healthy. She right now has 83,473 miles, and she just continues to be reliable. Just hasn't let me down. Well, except for that one time. Probably end up having to do a little bit of backtracking later in the week. We're going down to Ajo for you know, 3, 4, 5 days, something like that. You know, it is about 60, 70 miles to the south. Then we're gonna backtrack back up this way and probably go into the Phoenix area for a few days, take care of some things. I might get an eye exam and then never mind that for now. Everything's okay. And then we might head over to the Tucson area. So gonna do a little bit of zigzagging. We got off the exit. We're gonna be heading south, I think, on Highway 85. Actually, that road goes to the south beyond Ajo and Arizona, and I think it goes down to the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument. Now, I've been down this way before, but not that far. Oh, gas is a little bit cheaper here. It's only $3.55 a gallon. And I think down Ajo, some of our other friends are already down there. They said down there it's $3.99. So I have a half a tank. I'm gonna probably top it off here for while we're off at this exit. We're all stopping here for a minute. So I'll get gas and stuff. Well, this is nice. We stopped at this gas station. Actually, we came up to the Chevron station, and they have free dump and water fill for RVs. So very convenient. At least I think it's free. We'll know in a little bit. Don't worry, Bella. We're going. This is a pretty popular place. There's you know, just one after the other. They line up to dump tanks, and somebody over there just got finished. Somebody else getting gas. Terry and Scott in front of us. I was just getting ready to pull out. And, busy place here. It's a good junction between the different highways to stop and, you know, take care of all that kind of stuff. We're going, girl. We're going. Tricky getting out in this traffic. Alright, we're gonna show you something here. There's a Border Patrol check station up here. We're headed back towards Mexico. Yeah, these towns we're going back south towards Mexico, and here on we're going south. Okay. The northbound lane has this Border Patrol check station. So, and a lot of people are wise to it. Some aren't, but there's so many devices along here. A lot of people think they're just cameras. Okay. I'm certain that some of those are like heat sensors that they can tell if there's extra people in your vehicle, and they might ask, you know, oh, is it just you traveling today? Well, me and my dog, and they already know the answer. They would see heat signatures in your vehicle. They already know. They just ask to be I don't know. And they wave you on. They already know the answer. They're pretty smart that way. We're getting to this area where we come through this pass, through this little mountain range, and it gets very picturesque all of a sudden. There's a lot more of the saguaro cactus. I know I get that pronunciation a little bit wrong sometimes, but you know, the rock formations and the cactus just look so beautiful here. And then as we get come through this path, well, it narrows a little bit. windshield is dirty. There's some more. There's some more. Here we go. There we go. There's a nice look at them. And a few more. It's just beautiful. Kind of like Bella. Just beautiful. Kind of like Bella. Just beautiful. No, I still haven't gotten a haircut yet. I have barber phobia still. I'm a barber phobe. And that's that. Maybe one of these days, we'll see. We may have one of those idiots on the road getting ready to pass us. The speed limit is 65 here, and we're doing about 62. But that is not fast enough. This guy's in a hurry. Here he comes. There you go. I hope he had a nice long... That's it. Oh, that's it. Swerve. Yeah. Swerve and sway. Swerve and sway. It's people like that where you sometimes see those videos on YouTube with the trailer all spun out and out of control, laying over down in the dirt somewhere. Is it really worth going 3 miles an hour faster? I don't know. We did make it to Ajo. We came in through a little business district which had various businesses, and now we're going through a little residential area, and we're almost to downtown. It has a beautiful little downtown. But somebody in the Mexico video said about, well, I'm glad you made it to Mexico to actually have some authentic Mexican food. Well, I'll tell you, you don't have to go to Mexico to get authentic Mexican food. Some of these small towns, and there's, well, it's probably Southern California, well, I'm guessing, but because Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, you know, you get close to the border, and a lot of these small towns are, you know, heavily Mexican influenced, and have many Mexican Americans, and there's authentic, you know, mom and pop shops that make wonderful Mexican food. I've had it. I know it's some of them shops have not been Americanized. I guess it's a short way to put that. All right. I'm hoping we get down to camp once we set up. Maybe we'll get unhooked. Ajo will probably unhook her truck. Terry and Scott will unhook and probably have their truck for doing a little bit of running around. But I hope we'll get camp set up first, and then maybe come back in the trucks and maybe do a little snooping around and shopping around. But yeah, we're gonna go to camp first, and we'll be back. Oh, and a farmer's market and cafe. Ugh, I have to go there. Oh, and there were some murals back there you might have spotted. Oh, tons, lots and lots of murals. Well, we've been here before. I have an older video of it that anyway, we are gonna come back and we'll do a fresh one. There is some BLM land here just on the south side of town by those big copper mines I spoke of earlier. So we're gonna go down, we'll be camping for free today and the next couple of days probably. So spend a little time in Ajo, and well, we're on the road out to where our friends are camped at, and you can see here we're in the desert, and gonna be camping amongst all the cactus, and I don't know, I hope they found a big spot for us all. And this road is all washboarded, so we're happy to come back here, just take our time, and a couple mile an hour. No point in beating Betty up. We just take our time. Easy does it. She's starting to get antsy because She does when she knows we're getting close to it. She probably figures we're gonna be camping here in a little bit. She gets to go outside and run with everybody and her doggy friends and her people friends. Okay, this is weird. Our trip and has had to take and the video has had to take a sudden a change. And this Border Patrol check station here is closed, and I don't know why. I just had a weird feeling about it this time. I don't know, I have never had a problem at one, but just sometimes you get that weird sense, and here it ends up being closed, so it's a non-issue. So we'll get to that here in a minute, why things are changing. It so happens that I do have to, I have to work. I need reliable internet service, and I just had to work this morning, and there was no internet down there worth of my internet speed was almost non-existent, and it took me 45 minutes or more, to send an invoice this morning. And I need to log on and do some more work and make drawings and send them, and I just need to get that work done this morning. So I don't know what it is about that cell tower down in Ajo, but last night it really stunk. Yeah, this is the next morning. So this morning it's worse. So we're gonna abort mission and do something else here. Sometimes happens. That's better. I do have work obligations that come first. Sometimes they get in the way of all this traveling and this lifestyle, but gotta pay the bills somehow, right? So yeah, I do design work. I am a mechanical engineer, so I do design work for a fabrication company and machine shop. So I make up drawings, and I get a request to design something. I do that, make a drawing, and I send it off, and then it's kind of like it's a blueprint or a map that they can look at it and say, okay, we're going to build this from what I've designed. So that comes first. So it's the way it is. We did come the whole way up to Phoenix. I've been wanting to anyway. I just want to do some in town or in city, a couple of things. So the good thing is it's got screaming internet up here, so I got my work stuff all done.